Projections and the letdowns. Now it's hard to make it through the crowd. I missed that. No. They know I missed that.
We Rico Live because I'm just spewing out my thoughts really quickly with the guest here because Jay is here. But the first thing that I wanted to say is everybody go check out our Patreon. We created a Patreon in hopes that you guys love us so much with all of the views that we get, upwards of 10,000 or more or something, sometimes less, because this season was so lackluster depending on how well the season does. Season 12 was our best ratings, but season 12 has been Housewives' best ratings out of 12, 13, 14, and 15. 12 was one of their greatest seasons out of the seasons I just named. So, of course, our views were great there. I think 13 was probably the second greatest out of the ones that I named, and 14 and 15. 15 is the worst season I think they've ever had. I've never heard so much bad criticism towards one season of Housewives. Maybe an episode, maybe a person, maybe a situation, but never so much criticism towards the whole entire season.
And 13, 14... 15, Nene one day.
Right.
Marlo is the one that's bringing the most entertainment on the show. That they are paying some of the other people probably way more than they're paying Marlo, and Marlo is the most entertaining. Then they need to give Marlo some of these other people's check.
The fuck. But anyways, yeah, we made a Patreon for that, but we made an OnlyFans so y'all can see my titties.
Right.
I'm just playing. No.
The OnlyFans will be up really soon. Jay will be doing her own podcast discussing sex and all things dicks, and assholes. And men.
It's a podcast about people who have sex with men.
Yes.
So the only people that I guess are excluded.
4 people that have sex with men.
We are not excluding you purposely, but I guess the only people that would be excluded would be women who have sex with women.
I guess, yeah. You
don't have a penis.
You don't want to come over to this show if you are a woman who has sex with women and you don't care about dick. Every episode, we will be talking about dick.
All you have to do is talk about penis, and it's a great conversation to her.
But every episode will have a variety of topics, namely, one of the topics being relationships, and another topic being threesome. And each episode will consist of one topic. We're not going to overload with several topics. It's going to be one topic that this entire episode will rely on, whether that be we play a game and it has something to do with the topic of relationships and threesomes. Was it a threesome? Is it a threesome or is it an open relationship? Shit like that. You know what I'm saying, right?
Right.
And Jay will have special guests on. We don't have any in to say we have lined up now, but possible, people that we aspire to have on the show, i.e. Sydney Starr, Amaya Scott, T.S. Madison, Jocelyn Hernandez,
Kandi.
Megan James, Kandi. Here, if you watch any of our Housewives videos, and you know why Kandi came out of her mouth like that, because she's a huge Kandi fan. Okay, she loves Kandi.
Anyways,
right.
The people's champ. That's what it is. I'm the people's champ. Okay.
Speaking of Kandi, make sure you guys follow us on Instagram at the Urban Binge, Twitter at the Urban Binge, Facebook at the Urban Binge, Threads at the Urban Binge. Everywhere you can follow us at the Urban Binge, guys. Follow us. We are interactive with everybody on Instagram. We're very active on Instagram, Jay. If y'all want to know who be typing all that smart shit and it say the Urban Binge, it be Jay.
Don't let him fool you. He be
I'm
on
not that smart.
too.
Okay, I'm not that smart. My shit gonna sound remedial. But make sure you guys follow us and check out our podcast. Podcast is not up right now, but it will be back very soon. And please support the Patreon. The Patreon has Housewives of Atlanta reunion already up. We are still editing the last 2 episodes of Housewives of Atlanta. The reunion is already up on Patreon, so if you want to check out the reunion, you can check out part one of the reunion on our Patreon. Our Patreon is I believe patreon.com/RiBelTV, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so speaking of Kandi, one of our topics today that we wanted to discuss, that I wanted to come on here and discuss, and I needed Jay on here with me, because that's why this turned into the Urban Binge, because Jay has different ideas and thoughts than I do. A lot of times we don't agree, especially in these shows. When
I'm
we're
glad he
watching
turned that from some to a lot.
Right. We watch these shows, and typically, I mean, it could literally be the Kiki Wyatt show that's out right now. Jay and I, we love Kiki Wyatt. Okay, we love Kiki Wyatt. Not just her voice. The lady is funny. Okay, the lady is funny.
She's comical.
I mean, funny. And then not only that, she's black, and she's so intriguing to black people because she's black with this country voice. So I think a lot of people are intrigued when she speaks, because we're like, how do you speak that way? So
Right,
country.
skin tone, she borderline black, but on the inside, she all the way black.
My name is Zachariah David Daring, and I am Kiki Wyatt's husband.
Here, babe, can you put my ring on my necklace?
Yeah.
I finally have a MAN that I can trust.
What kind of country is that? Because there's a hillbilly country, but what kind of country is that? I know there's
Country bumpkin.
That's how she talks. No,
That's what
country
that
bumpkin.
is.
Oh, how y'all doing? Oh, is that hillbilly?
That's hillbilly.
Oh, so that's a country.
Hillbilly backwoods.
Okay, well, I don't know. I love Kiki Wyatt, but even down to stuff like that, me and Jay won't agree on. You know what I'm saying? But lately, we've been agreeing on the Kiki Wyatt show because Kiki Wyatt, you got a problem, girl.
One thing we don't agree on right now is that he wearing my goddamn sunglasses.
Okay, everybody didn't have to know that, but yes, these are Jay's sunglasses, and I was gonna
Everybody
wear
didn't
my
have
own.
to know that, but
I
bitch,
have
you
my own
of
laid out
course,
on the bed.
He has many. That's my point. He has many pairs of sunglasses that I have bought him.
But I
Many.
did want to wear these. I'm sorry, Jay will never wear them on camera. Jay will never wear sunglasses on camera. But because Jay has been complaining about my rings under my eyes, I decided to kind of put on some shades. And then not only Jay, I was ignoring Jay, like, okay, Jay, you with me every day, so whatever. But then my mom was like, you got rings under your eyes and you need some help. I'm like, oh shit, I guess I do need to put on some shades then. My mama telling me I got rings and I need some help. I'm like, okay.
I done bought him vitamin C wash for his face, for his body, I got under eye serum. Like, I just don't understand. He doesn't use it.
No, I don't. But I will. I'm gonna start doing better. I.e., my lips are burnt right now. If you do a zoom in on my lips right now, you'll see that I have scabs in the corner of my lip. I'm kind of at the bottom down here because Jay bought this dry eraser lip scrubber type of thing for people with dark lips or who wants to get dead skin off their lips. And so I'm using the scrubber, and I use it too hard. I excessively scrub my lips.
He was
thinking that
using the scrubber and then using the scrubber and then using the scrubber and then he kept using the scrubber.
Being stupid,
and
too.
I said, no, stop. Don't do that.
yes. Oh my
And he
God.
was still using it, and that's why.
I thought that I would have results by the next morning because I had somewhere to go, and I got bad results.
You're going to have some results within the
Yeah,
next couple of
these-
days. You're going to have some pink-ass lips, but
Pink lips. These shits are brown and burnt.
that's because that's a
These-
scab.
This shit hurts.
When that scab falls off and it comes off, then there'll be
Oh,
pink
wow.
up under that.
Anyway, speaking of Kandi, like I was saying, we wanted to discuss, one of the things we wanted to discuss was the past. Somebody commented and said, can y'all review the past?
And I've been saying that.
Jay has been saying that, but I'm not going to do a full review because, I don't really have much to say. One thing that I will say that I noticed is that Kandi seemed very uncomfortable in her scene at the restaurant. The restaurant scene, that whole
In front of
restaurant
Drew and
scene,
the
I was
bitch who
in
would
and
eat her
out of the
twat.
movie. Right, I was in and out of the movie, but the scene, the restaurant scene with all four of the ladies sitting there, Kandi with the leather jacket, she seemed very uncomfortable. We know Candy's voice and vocals when she's happy. We know Candy's sound when she's finna cry.
She
we
went
know when she's
hard right
bothered.
here.
We know when she's sleepy.
And can't let up
Yes.
on letting somebody know how she feel.
Kandi, we've heard her for this many years, so it felt like something wasn't right sitting in front of Drew. Not only that, Drew was swallowing her spit. I think she did it about twice in that scene. A deep spit swallow. One of the times she put her hand under her throat and covered it. And I was like, you know what? Something not right here. But Jay was like, right here's the time they were probably arguing. And that's probably true. I wouldn't be
Because then they
surprised.
came back from Portugal and then they did the scenes, because remember they said the sex scene
Right.
in the bed,
Right.
which was what we seen right after that, because she had sex with that girl in the bed,
Right.
and then found the panties or whatever.
Like, you just gonna allow everybody? The way it ended last night, it seems like when you come back together, the energy's not gonna be the same.
If we don't end up working together, I'll be okay. And if we don't end up being friends, I'll be fine. Now she's really got me pissed and really thinking about not having her in the movie because I don't play about my business. And for Drew to say she doesn't even care if she's in the movie or not, on top of the fact that this is Todd's movie. So I feel like that's an attack. With Drew and I having this argument, I don't know where our relationship stands right now. I don't even know if she's still gonna be in the movie. And that's when I really get offended because I'm like, oh, so you saying I'm like crazy. Why it got so big for me is because she was calling me a liar. So after I got past that, it's stupid.
Now, Kandi has now apologized to me for the whole LaToya situation. However, I'm at peace with it because I just know what the truth is. So I'm gonna do this movie and I'm excited to do it and I'm just ready to move on.
But yeah, I just want to say that the whole movie, for real, I'm being funny, but I'm being for real. It was a scheme that Todd set up for them to come to you with the bullshit. Because at the end of the movie,
you hated it.
No, at the end of the movie, Kandi,
right?
What his name is, Blue Kimball from P Valley.
Okay.
And the girl who was eating Drew twat, and the husbands who was golfing with Drew husband, it was all a scheme. So remember when they was at the restaurant, he said he tried to pull that shit on my sister.
Hey, yo, Trip! Hey, Trip from Boston! I knew that was you! You fucking crook!
He tried to pull that shit on my sister, acted like they was married, divorced her, took all her money. Purposely for the group.
I think that it was a great script.
It really was. At the end of the movie, when you seen that it was about a group of people who were scammers and schemers who really just tricked this girl into falling in love with this man and then taking her trust fund.
Right.
That set it off because I was like, Kandi sitting here, she acting like she's finna beat her nigga ass in front of everybody.
So
all
they
that was fake.
schemed Drew
out of her trust
but
fund.
Drew was still cheating. Or they set Drew up to cheat.
They set her up to cheat. The girl was there too that she cheated with. She was one of the people.
Oh, that was such a great storyline, Todd. Todd, great writing, Todd.
So she married the nigga who was in on the scheme.
You know what? I was getting ready to do this review and say the movie was boring. Okay, the movie was boring because I was in and out. I had been through so much, but that wouldn't be a fair review. I must watch it again, and when Jay do the podcast on OnlyFans, then I will give a refreshed review, or we'll come back here and give Kandi a refresh review on the Urban Binge, or maybe I'll do a Rico Live and do a refresh review. But right now, with Jay telling me this, I gotta say that the storyline and the writing, the baseline was good. Now I don't know what the other branches were, all the dialogue, if some of the dialogue was stupid or not, because watching it looked like some of the dialogue was stupid. Watching
and
it
some
gave
of it looked like, but now you see
YouTube.
why. Okay, let me just say this. I don't know if that flip of the script was a cover up for the lack of budget for good actors, but because the storyline at the end is Kandi is in on the scheme, Drew husband is in on the scene.
Wow.
Kandi husband is in on her husband is in on the scheme. And Monietta and the girl who Drew cheated with is in on the scheme. Yes.
Good job, boss lady. $9.5 million? That's a nice haul.
Pretty nice. We could have done a little better.
Not bad, but a little bit too long. No more 7-year swindles, please.
Too much.
So what's up, boss lady? Who's next?
Monietta, the attorney, was in on it.
So it's like,
now that is some stupid writing, because
it makes you feel like
there's no way that many people could be in on something like this and without someone revealing it to Drew. But I mean, it would make sense that that's the only way they got away with it. This many people,
and then it was like a Russian roulette type of thing. So Kandi was the next person who was going to marry an old white man who was rich, and he was married to Drew for like 7 years or 6 years. He said no more 6 or 7 year stunts, y'all. So basically, I feel like, was it a cover up for the bad acting? Because then we would be able to see, okay, they were acting while they were acting. So they acted as if they were acting. Do you get what I'm saying? So you're acting in a real movie, of course, because this is the past, the movie that's on CPtime. But they were also acting while they were acting, because they had to act as if they were friends of Drew's, and this is her husband. He had to act like he was her husband, and this is her best friend, or whatever. So I feel like, I don't know, it was okay by the end of the movie, once that plot line was revealed. But other than that, I don't know.
Right.
I'm about some Lagranges.
I told you I got you.
Who are you talking to, Todd?
We still doing the script.
Isn't it family time? When are you about to stop work?
I'm trying to finish this script.
You're not gonna finish today.
Everything happens at the right time, and we're gonna make magic. Right now, my priority is the restaurant and then the movie.
Really?
So what was our last scene?
I do not have the energy to get all of this done. Sometimes I feel like I just can't win with Todd. I do not have all the energy.
Well, that sounded good. What page are we on, y'all?
Family time. Todd and I are very driven people. And lately, his movie is taking up a lot of our family time. I know I'm busy and I try to show up for the family and do everything that I need to do, so I'm gonna need him to show up the same way.
I got my family here. They're telling me I gotta go. Does that count? Yeah, let's run through the last one real quick.
Okay, forget it. That's all I had to say about the past, though.
I think great storyline, great writing, but I don't know, it just gave cheap. I wish that they didn't use Kandi's house, because some of the angles, maybe they should have used the outside of somebody else's house and just use the inside of Kandi's house.
Or
maybe.
like show the backyard of the house, because we don't see that much.
Right, something else, because seeing these same angles that Housewives been showing us for 15
It's
years.
like, did you buy these? It's giving you bought them from NBC, them angles.
Right. It was giving real cheap. But you know what? I can't knock it, because I don't know how much it took Todd, and for Todd to hear some bad criticism
that it was cheap. It's okay.
It's
there
okay
are
that it was
cheap
cheap.
movie. The Human Centipede was a cheap movie.
Oh, I don't know if it was cheap, but damn it, that was good as fuck.
But it was a good movie.
Maybe so. Fall from Grace was a cheap ass movie. That shit looked like it was on a stage set.
Oh yeah, the wigs was all fucked
microphone
up.
showing,
Right.
But it was a great
The boom
movie.
microphone in the top of the damn frame.
But if I had to say, that was still better. Tyler Perry shit was still better. But of course it was, because this is Todd's first or second, third rodeo. That was Tyler Perry's, what he had been writing for years. So
Todd really needs this movie to happen for himself. My career has been the priority.
Don't tell me what I need to happen for myself.
Yeah, you do.
I do need my movie to happen. I think the movie's more a passion thing.
So we need to make it happen.
Fall from Grace had some really bad shit, like fuck mics and shit showing, but overall,
The
it was a great
storyline
movie.
is good. They did a good job.
So good job, Todd, I guess, but I still think it didn't really keep my attention. I feel like it was a lot of shit that could have been taken out. I don't know, get straight to the action or make it a little bit more edgy. I don't know. It wasn't edgy enough, I guess. There's a lot of sex, a lot of, oh my God, a lot of Drew looked like she getting into that shit and she really like it.
Of course.
But it wasn't really, I don't know, was Todd jacking off in the back while he was watching? I don't know.
Probably.
Drew was doing shit. She was looking like she was getting into it. Anyway.
Are you absolutely sure you want her to play that role?
I think she has the look and she can act. I think she really has the look of my vision for the little lady.
Drew is a really good actress.
And I just felt like this character kind of fit her, like almost like it was her. Like, no, that's Drew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just saw her, like I really saw her in that role. So
She's really doing it.
Okay. Oh no, you're fine. He said, okay.
Drew.
she just slid out the frame.
It does not come easy having to connect with a woman on screen. I'm not naturally attracted to a woman, so I was here for the challenge.
Yeah.
That looked good.
Movie here, guys.
That's all we need. You got a sex scene?
That's it. She's perfect for it. Perfect
Yeah,
for it.
it's been awesome. Perfect casting. I ain't got nothing to say.
She's going to tell her truth or if she's gonna throw me under the bus, but I am starting to get worried that Kandi's gonna put me in the dungeon and throw away the key.
You know, our relationship was bipolar, you know?
I would agree, Toya. Your relationship with Drew is definitely bipolar. Or bi. Either way, it works.
So
I appreciate you guys for listening. I am Rico Bellucci.
And I'm Jay Bellucci.
And when I say I am Rico Bellucci, I mean go look me up on Instagram at Rico Bellucci. At Rico Bellucci is my Instagram.
Is my Instagram name Jay?
Your Instagram is at Jay Bellucci, at Jay Bellucci, at Rico Bellucci. Know that we have been together for 10 years, all right? And we've been married for a while now, and I am very much so in love. Okay, we do have our issues. We can't stand each other sometimes to a point where it's just like I'm leaving you, and a lot of relationships get like that, where it's like, you know, I'm done, we're about to break up, fuck you, and it's a lot of marriages that are like that, especially when you're together for 10 years. I know a lot of people who've been together longer than that would say this is just the hump, the start, but you've made it a long way.
At some point, that's what Michelle Obama said about Barack, that 10 years was the hump they had to get over.
Exactly, and it is the hump. You're right at the hump, and now you're about to start.
The top of that hump is the peak of the bullshit, if you ain't know.
Right. where you feel like you're at your wit's end. And I think that if anybody hear me say at Rico Bellucci, at Jay Bellucci, and think that I'm talking calm right now, but I want you to know Jay knows that I'm not fucking playing. If you think that you're gonna go to Jay's page and
there's
send a
nothing that
message,
happens that he don't know about. Okay,
I'm gonna see it.
There's nothing that happens that he does not know about.
I'm gonna pay attention.
Okay.
I'm attention.
So
make sure you guys don't be stupid.
Period.
Don't message Jay no stupid shit. I know how gorgeous Jay is, but don't think you can get off of here and get froggy. All right, you get froggy, I'm a bullfrog. All right, or whatever the biggest frog is on the planet. You know
y'all want to be going through that? Don't go through my phone shit. I will hand him my phone. Here.
Well, you guys, what you do is make sure you check out the podcast. The podcast is coming really, really, really soon, like within a couple of weeks. All right, the podcast is coming, and the podcast is when you go to OnlyFans, search for what is it? Dictations. Dictations.
DICK. TATIONS. Dictation.
Yes. With your instructor Jay. All right.
Dictator.
With your dictator Jay. I'm sorry.
And you're the dignitary.
Right. And we will see you guys over there really soon. Make sure you guys follow us everywhere at The Urban Binge on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, at The Urban Binge, anywhere on social media, at Rico Bellucci, at Jay Bellucci. And thank you guys so much. We will see you guys soon. I'm tired.
Tired. I'm hungry and she hungry. Come on, let's go eat.
Bye. All right, see you guys later. We're out.
It was just a blessing in disguise. Thank you, 'cause I dodged a bullet. When you walked out, I thought that it was over, but it turned out it was just a blessing in disguise. A blessing in disguise.